Hello everybody, it's Lieutenant Coloroni and I'm quickly redoing my video on divination. I noticed that something went wrong with editing or uploading to YouTube, so the quality in my original video was kinda crap. This is one day later compared to my previous vid, which not many of you have seen, and many of you won't ever see, but I'm currently level 71. I'm kind of competing with the clan because we got skill week and I want to be the one that has the most divination experience after week, which will end on Tuesday. But I'm gonna quickly explain to you how divination works in some way. First of all, you start off near Battle of Lumbridge. You can talk to some people that have a camp set up over there, and you can actually start training right there, which is levels 1 to 10. One pretty important thing that you have to know is that instead of like mining, where you can go to living rock caverns and mine coal at 77 and then go gold at 80, every 10 levels, and later on when you get higher, every 5 levels you go to a new area instead of randomly switching with a random level. So the first couple of tiers you actually go to a new area every 10 levels, and then from 80 to 85 is an area, 85 to 90, 90 to 95, and 95 to 99 are all different areas with higher tiers and basically more XP. So yeah, divination. It's a new skill, came out August 19th or 20th, I believe. I'm not completely sure. What it has to do something with theology, which basically means believing in God or praying to some kind of God. So it's not really prayer where you bury bones or you use bones on an altar, but you collect memories and energy from Guthix, which is one of the Runescape gods, and you kinda give them back to him using the energy rift, which you can see over here. I'm currently at Canifis, which is the area for level 70s to 80. As you can see in my inventory, I got this lustrous memory. This tier is called lustrous, but all the other tiers are called differently. Tier 1 is called pale, tier 2 flickering, etc, etc. Yeah, what you do, you basically go to these wisps and you click harvest, which then become the springs, and you can start harvesting these memories, and every now and then you get an enriched memory, which are basically double XP. As you can see, I get 8 XP per second, and every now and then I get a memory. So the XP is kind of slow, kind of like old RuneScape again, which is pretty cool in my opinion, and especially because there's RuneScape actually made it a competition for who gets level 99 first, so you can't use XP lamps or penguin points or whatever. But when you have some memories, you go to the energy rift, and you can use either of these options. The first option converts all your memories into energy, which is not the way you want to go. This middle option converts all your memories into experience, and the last option is what you want to use if you want to level. You use energy with memory to create more XP than you'd normally get. I've recently heard that because there's a second skill coming out, it has to do with divination, and so might want to use energy for leveling right now, but later on you probably will need energy or memories or whatever to train the skill that's coming out March 2014. That's what I've heard, at least. It might be coming out this year, might be later, 2014. And my clan kinda thought that it would be something like engineering, but nothing has been said about that skill yet, so I'm not gonna make any what to call it. I'm not gonna put any ideas in my head of what it could be, so I wouldn't get any hyped up or whatever. Yeah, this is basically what Divination does. It's kind of boring somehow to train, because all you do is stand still and look for pools or springs. Every now and then, every 20 minutes there will be an enriched pool spawning. Might be in this vid because it's coming in about 6 minutes. But yeah, from those enriched springs you only get enriched memories, so it's double XP for about 30 seconds and then it disappears again. And basically this energy, what you need it for is making things, especially boons. When you reach a higher tier, so when I reach level 80 I can make the next boon. It'll use, let's see, a boon of brilliant energy. It will use 1500 energy, but you get a lot more energy from 70 to 80. So for now I'm using the energy on XP. But you make the boon, it gives about a 10% XP bonus. So if you really want to go to the higher tiers, truly suggest you make that boon, because it'll make the grinding easier. Some people say it's like fishing, some people say it's like Runescape for rune crafting, because all you do is stand still with your hands, kind of cool like that, and you get XP, and then at some point it runs out. So yeah, it's kind of like siphoning or mining or fishing maybe. Somehow the skill is addictive, probably because it's new. If it wasn't new, not many people would be playing it, but as you can see, we got about 10 people in this general area. Not many people are level 70 yet. The highest level actually is 84 right now, I believe, which is, let's see, about 3 million XP compared to my 845k, so they're really ahead. What you also can do is sometimes you see orange bloblets flowing around, and if you call them, you can see one. They're called chronicle fragments. You can catch them. You get I can't catch them right now because I've already got 10. But when you catch them, you get 10 XP per hunting level. So I've got level 77 right now. If I catch one, I get 770 hunting XP. I was level 75 when I started Divination, so I already got 2 levels and I didn't even pay too much attention to it. So it's pretty good hunting XP if you're not 99 yet, or if you want to get 200 mil, whatever. But the most important thing about Divination are the rewards. What I really like is when you reach level 64, you can use 45 energy of the tier 6 or 7, which you get at mobilizing armies, which is the 60 to 70 region, and 20 normal or grey chinchompas. You can make a divine hunter box location, and you can put it down and you can harvest from it. Everybody can harvest from it, and you get hunting XP while you're doing it, and you get some hunting items. So you can get red chinchompas, normal chinchompas, raw palya meat, granwall spikes. So you get pretty good cash tag. If you harvest from your own, it goes 5 times quicker, so I suggest not harvesting from your own location, but using other people, so you can make more cash, more experience. But if you harvest from your own, you get about 200 to 250, maybe 300,000 gold. So you know, it's some pretty good money for most of the people. Prices of palya meat and granwall spikes will be dropping, I guess, because many people will be getting it, but that's okay. As you go higher and higher, when you have 94 divination, you can actually make a divine runite rock. It will use 6 runite ore, but I'm guessing you get many more back, so prices of runite ore will be dropping as well, but still it should be a pretty good amount of cash that you will be able to get from it. And of course some mining XP. I'm level 80 right now. Grinding is quite, yeah, it gets kind of slow, so it's a good boost. You can only use one location per day. You can only make one at least, so it's not like super overpowered to where you just grind location. 3 hours a day you have a super nice cash tag. But then Divination also has some signs and portents. Signs and portents are almost the same. The only thing that differentiates between the two is that you can use signs and put them in your bag slot or whatever, basically when wearing it, and portents have to be in your inventory, so they take up one of your 28 spaces. So it kind of depends if you need a space or not, but not too much of a difference. But let's just go over the highest tiers of portents and signs you can make, one of which is the attuned portent of restoration 10. You make it with 98 divination and 95 constitution. It takes 60 incandescent energy, which is I believe the highest tier, and 1 rocktail. And whenever you drop below 50% health when training combat, you get 1860 health back. Now of course there are also lower tiers which you get not as much health back, and you don't need as high divination or constitution levels, especially because you also have the regular portent of restoration. You don't need a specific constitution level for those, just a high divination. So if you're a skiller, it can still work, just not as high. And you also have the portent of item protection. It's basically like the prayer of item protection. You keep 1 extra item on death. I'm not sure if it works in PvP area. I guess it does. So if you go into the wilderness peaking or whatever, you can keep 4 items instead of 3, which is pretty cool. Then you also have the portent of life. This item cannot be used in PvP areas because it's kind of OP. Whenever you die, you basically just have a little bit of stasis in which you get 25% of your max HP back. So you kind of get a second life, just not as OP to a full life. It's a pretty good item when training combat again, if you have high slayer level things, or when fighting Nex or Corporal Beast or whatever. It's pretty useful. And then another good thing when skilling, you have portents of passage. They have charges, so you can't use them forever, but what it does is basically bank some items for you. And as you can see right here, an enriched spring spawned. It's 13:42 time right now. For me it's 1:42 p.m. So I time it 2 minutes and 30 seconds after 2. Another one will spawn. Most people will say it. Yeah, basically as you can see, I get 16 HP per second, and I get these enriched memories, which I can get more XP from on the rift. And there are a few different signs from portents. I guess I just made a mistake. The portent of passage lets you go through dungeoneering doors, and the sign of the porter lets you bank items. I'm sorry for that little mistake. Go to the wiki if you want to know more about it. I'll link it in the description. Then of course you got the sign of item protection, the sign of life, basically the same as the portents, except they don't take up inventory space. Then you also got the sign of respite. So whenever you die, it adds a certain amount of minutes to your grave marker. If you have the sign of respite 3, which is the highest tier, you get 6 extra minutes. So you got 6 extra minutes to get to your grave marker and get your stuff back, which is pretty cool again for combat. Most of Divination is basically is to make combat a little bit easier, since evolution of combat is kind of difficult for some people. I always use momentum, so it's just the old simple auto attacks, no more button smashing. But Divination should help out with that because of the HP regen, because of the banking, because of the respite if you die, and all those things. So it's a pretty useful skill. Like I said, it's kind of boring to train at first, but the rewards are definitely worth it, especially if you get higher. The low level rewards, you shouldn't look at those, but it should be pretty easy. to get through the first few levels. I kind of low-lifed it for 3 days, and I got quite some time left today to continue no-lifing, so I can get to level 75 maybe, hopefully at least, and get my first spot in the clan from this week's skilling week back. Let's just quickly dump these into the rift so I can show you guys how to turn in these chronicle fragments, because it's basically an XP boost. It's not really like you get that much more divination XP if you collect these chronicle fragments, because the time you're busy with it, and especially if you're in a busy area, you misclick these things a lot of the time. As you can see, I'm even just right clicking and I miss it a lot already. You have to be kind of lucky. There's some weird mechanic behind it. And if there are a lot of people will chase those, so it only basically gives a little bit of hunter XP compared to divination XP. It's not like you're gonna go train divination faster or not as fast. It's about the same. And when you haven't done the World Wakes quest, which I haven't done yet, you go to this area. This is basically the first camp where you start off with. In the minimap top right corner right here, you can see this icon. This is where you start out at level 1. You can talk to all these people to learn a little bit about divination. I got 1045 XP from turning those 10 chronicle fragments in. It kind of depends on your level. If you have done the World Wakes quest, I suggest you go to the Guthix shrine, and you can see it in the chat box, because it just gives a little bit more XP compared to the regular old camp. But I'm not gonna go actually do that quest, because I can get more XP if I just keep going. And but yeah, this is basically what you do. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or send me a PM. I'll answer them anyways. If you think you can find it on the wiki, go to the wiki. Link will be in the description, like I said. And I hope you guys like this skill. I hope you guys like this video. Give me a like if you did. It will truly help me out get bigger and bigger and provide more content for you guys. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike so I know you didn't. I'll be sure to improve as I go. But that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys later.